Part of this whole experience of manifesting, Iman, is that there were two lessons behind it. It was never about him, right? It was always about the fulfillment, and also it brought about something that I had experienced in the past, and I knew that is something that I don't want to have to experience again, or that is not a reality that I find myself in now. And I'm moving forward, I'm going to let inspiration lead, but I will never chase. And now this is where the chasing comes in. When this voice inside of me was like, go to that specific club, I started walking in that direction. And I told my friends that I would go back to them, which I didn't. But that's a story for another day. So I go back to that club again, the one that I went to on a Thursday. Get there and it's empty. Now the music that day, I don't know, for some reason it was quite nice. And so I'm dancing, having the time of my life that night. Until at a time when people are supposed to show up, that's when the music just starts to take a dip. But guess who arrives? Homeboy in the description. Homeboy in the title arrives. And this time, the lesson behind this experience was that I almost felt like as I was walking towards that club, I was starting to lean into chaser energy. Now, when you chase, or when you are, I have the spirit of a go-getter. When I see an opportunity, I know how to embrace opportunities. I know how to like grab a hold of opportunities and make the most of them. And this is something that I grew up with. It's so deeply instilled in me that I can see opportunity in everything. I can see opportunity in everything, and so I want to lean into that opportunity and I want to make the most of it. But now walking to that club the second time around that day, it felt as if I was in my chaser energy. So much so that when homeboy arrived at the time that he arrived at, it felt like, I don't know, I was almost starting to put him on a pedestal. And now that started to bother me on the inside. It started to bother me because I have put people on pedestals before. I have definitely looked at people and idealize them. Yes, that's the word. Idealize them and perceive them as these people, and perceive them as these people who had so much great potential. And it's good to look at people like that. I don't deny that. But when it comes to attracting people in, by putting them on a pedestal, you're saying that they're above you. You're saying that they are so high up that they are the type of people that you need to reach up to. No. You are worthy as you are. And people, in reality, you don't have to do anything at all but be yourself. Now, that's where I was. I was almost leaning into this chaser energy that I have known in my past, that I have known, that I have had an experience, that I've had long time experience with, because there are certain people that I had placed on pedestals that they just did not belong on. And because I felt like I was leaning into that, I decided, you know what? Sorry, buddy. Today is not the day. And so I had to ground myself. But because I just wasn't feeling that inspired to talk to him anymore, I just left. And that's pretty much how I manifested a man. And you can too. Because it's never about the specific person. It's more so about the fulfillment and allowing yourself to feel fulfilled by and allowing yourself to feel satiated by just based solely on your imagination. And even when they do end up showing up in your reality, you know you are just as fulfilled based on how you had already imagined them. This physical manifestation of them is the cherry on top. You already know deep down on the inside that it was already done. You leaned into the fact that you attract the ones that you desire to attract, and the ones that desire to attract you. Yeah, and so that's basically how I manifested Iman. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. My name is Oba King, and I am your accidental therapist.